So here is also a tool to look for opportunities and threats in the environment. Okay, so these are external factors that are perceived by an organization as a danger, risk, or as an interesting way to go, opportunity. We are, of course, building that based on IOM. IOM is our main model. Here is our model. This is our organization, and we were looking at these three boundary elements, which are in yellow, yesterday. Now we are going to focus on the outside environment. Yes, there are factors up here and actors down here. Okay, it doesn't mean that they are placed like that, but around the organization. I'm going to show you the tool, and then we can discuss what it means and the steps, and then you do it. It is very simple, and it's visual. So it's a participatory way of analyzing external factors and deciding which is negative and which is positive. It's a subjective process, right? For you, maybe something positive. For my organization, could be something negative. Yeah, I will elaborate on that. Right. So if we take an organization and place it in the middle of these four subfields, let's say, if I put IM model here, what will be? What was the upper element of the IM? The boundary element? Mission. So the factors that influence mission are mostly related to policy environment. These are policies of other organizations working in the same field, policies of government or local government in the area where your mission is. Yeah? And of course also priorities of population, which are in policy decisions somehow. So political environment, but not just governmental policies and laws, also policies and laws of other organizations that are working, their missions and so on. These influence your mission. What was here, this side? Input. What would be factors that influence input? If we call them a name, I don't know which one will appear. It's very kind of a bit business word, but these are things that we take from environment. So supply related. So the other way then it will be demand. Okay, and then just to another field that is left here, because we have actors here, right? We say that this is something to think about. Sorry, the wrong button. Is collaboration or coordination or competition. So other organizations and what they do. Your relation with others. Okay, so this is like in other tools that you use, you also think about in a structured way about politics and about environment and so on. This is also something to help you to think about 4 sub-areas. I'm going to use an example of organization I used to work for, which is similar to many of your organizations in Georgia, and we were training in consultancy institution, aiming with a mission to develop civil society, so to help civil society organizations strengthen their capacities in a region of Caucasus, right? Okay, so I'm going to do an environmental scan for that organization, but of course you need a basic question, right? Why would you start analyzing something? Basic question for them was that what happened was after the socialistic system broke down, right, there was lots of interest from outside to support civil initiatives. So there was lots of money for NGOs to work in different fields, and mostly what they did They kind of took over from government, incapable government, all kinds of tasks, like delivery of social services for um, people with mental health issues, or children, orphans, and so on. Right? So they would deliver services. In many countries, it's done by business or government. And some organizations would be working on democracy issues. These were most kind of challenged organizations because they had to move the system a bit. At a certain point, if you probably know, there was a Rose Revolution, and most of the people who were in NGOs working on democracy went to government. At the same time, donors kind of stopped supporting. Well, they kind of shifted from supporting NGOs to government because it looked like, or it is most probably, it looked like capable now to do things that government is supposed to do. Now, in this situation, organization that delivers services to NGOs has to think about what it's going to do. All right? So that's what I'm mapping out. So that's the basic question: how to be relevant now in changing circumstances. I'm going to show you some factors, and we're going to decide together whether they belong into. So you can see that, right? So there is, if we can say, some things organization controls. So by your decision internally, you can make it disappear or appear, for instance. What would be examples of such factors? What kind of people can come, and how are they going to be appraised, and so with whom you're going to collaborate, and so on. There are other things that are beyond your decisions. We are looking for those. But that could be that some of them could be influenced, and some of them are very, very difficult to influence, so we put them in appreciation, just to consider. I have a paper here. Okay. I have two factors for policy and regulatory framework. And I want you, that they will appear one by one, I want you to decide first if it's an opportunity or threat from the point of view of that organization. And then also tell me, where should I put it? Close to this boundary, close to here, or in the appreciation field. Is that clear? Okay, so here is one. Donor priorities, an external factor, right? Donor priorities shift from supporting social NGOs to supporting democratic processes of organizations that work on democracy. Is it a threat or opportunity? And where should I put it? Is it influenceable, or it should be appreciated? Just appreciated. Okay, for them it was. It was a threat, and yeah, it's difficult to change that, yeah, because these are not local donors, so decisions are taken. You have to organize yourself in a very, very serious manner to influence that. Another one, government. Oh, sorry. Now you know it's green. Oh, the green is an opportunity, and the yellow is a threat. But where should I put it? If government is open now, it's an opportunity. Okay, that way, this one, I place little bit more, more influenceable than appreciated, because it is our government who kind of can do something as civil society about that in this country, in this particular time. Okay, now I have a demand-related factor. And they kind of brainstorm that there is a demand for their diverse training subjects. They're producing trainings, right? That's what this organization for whom we're doing environmental scan now. It's called CTC. Okay, so is it an opportunity or a threat? Okay. And then where should I put it? Is it far away from this or close by? In the circle or out the circle?
Influence, but we cannot control demand.
Can you influence it, or is like really outside your influence?
Not
Demand.
demand, but near to control, maybe.
We cannot
Yeah.
influence, but we can use it.
Yeah.
Right. So you can do a little bit more. Another one. The partners that CTC had now are without money, so they can't pay for so nobody kind of funds CTC, and the partners that would pay for services also don't have money. Is it an opportunity or a threat? In this case, they looked at it as a threat, so they had to. And then it was kind of possible to influence it, like help organizations to look for funds, but it was something that organization wouldn't do normally in its mission. I have one more for demand. Quickly. So policy influencing is like lobbying and advocacy. There are very few trainings and consultancy services in Georgia for that. So in this case, it was an opportunity because it could be like you develop services for government, and it was possible to work on this good relationship. One more is there are many other training institutions who offer training, lots of good training in the same field. Right? There's also we don't really like to talk about NGOs competing with each other, but when money is scarce and services are offered by many, there is some positive competition in this. So in this case, that is right. And you can't really do much about trainings of other organizations. I have something for the supply side here. There are links with Dutch and German and Hungarian organizations. And the last one is that it's difficult to find an expert who is working on democracy outside the government, because they kind of specialized and all went, I'm just making it a bit black and white, to government. So if you want to employ people to be in your organization and deliver services that are required now, it's difficult to find them. That makes it okay, so that's it. That's what we are calling scanning environment. And it goes like, so this would be a definition then. So it is about external factors that influence named 4 areas of your work that are either helping or hindering delivery of outputs. Yeah, so we call them opportunities and threats. And these are the steps.